Researchers at the University of Oregon, they've concluded that, get this, 1 or 2 glasses of wine a day worked as well as drugs to maintain the bone strength in women. This is really important. They concluded that abstaining from drinking led to a higher risk of developing osteoporosis. In other words, if you don't drink. Instead, modest drinking could work just as well as some drugs. That was suggested in the review, which was published in Menopause Journal. Hundreds of thousands of postmenopausal women take drugs, they're called biphosphonates, each day to help combat thinning bones, which are often costly, the drugs are, and have many associated side effects. You get problems with your jaw, there could be certain kinds of cancers related to it, and there's an issue too. After you take these drugs, even though the bone gets restored, it may not have the same tensile strength to protect against fractures anyway, so one of the issues is why would you take it? Now this study meant that alcohol was reducing the loss of old bone, which improved the balance between old and new bone, thereby maintaining strength. It adds support to the conclusions of a lot of other studies, and in this study they reviewed 40 healthy women after menopause, postmenopausal, around 56 years old. This review found women who daily drank about 2 small glasses of wine. That's 19 grams of alcohol. Go ahead. I'd like to see you measure it out. They did have a drop in the loss of old bone. This in turn improved the balance with their new bones and helped maintain strength. Later, we're going to call it bone turnover, improved after the women were asked to stop drinking. Look, I don't like the drugs that they use for osteoporosis, for the decrease in bone strength. And if you're a woman with osteopenia, not quite the amount of bone loss as with osteoporosis. Doing weight-bearing exercise and drinking some wine is not unreasonable. True, there have been some pros and cons of wine drinking. Some people say that if you drink wine, it increases the risk of breast cancer, but most of the studies have been positive. And if you drink in moderation, everything in life is based on moderation. There is nothing that's absolutely perfect. But I really recommend drinking 2 glasses of wine if you're a woman, and for that matter, if you're a guy. And by the way, if there's a religious issue, then one of the things you might do is talk to your religious leader, because there may be some way that you could be allowed to drink wine if it meant a difference in your health. Because don't forget, wine may decrease the risk of cardiovascular disease, of stroke. It may decrease the risk of certain kinds of arthritis. I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't drink wine. By the way, if you're going to drink it, you can get some great deals at a lot of local places around. I personally know this. Hey, this is Dr. Sam Benjamin with Medical News you can use.